evening, I'm Laura Lee.
And I'm Dan Wolf. Thanks for joining us. As we first reported last night, a Northern Wisconsin college might be on the brink of closing for good.
Northern News Now's Taryn Simmons went to the Northland College campus in Ashland today and spoke with some students about this possibility and what options they'd have left.
At first, I didn't want to believe it. I was very nervous.
I was pretty devastated.
I thought it was a joke, but then I got really sad about it.
These are the emotions from the students hearing about the potential closure of their school, Northland College in Ashland, due to financial issues. According to the Northland College Board of Trustees, the school needs to raise $12 million by April 3rd or else close by the end of this academic year. Students say they heard the news through email and were urged to attend a faculty meeting. After Mackenzie Gutherman received the news of the closure, she says she doesn't know what the future holds for her.
It throws everything about my future into the air, and I don't know exactly what's going to be happening.
Gutherman is an out-of-state student studying pre-veterinarian medicine, and like many students, is worried about where they might end up after the school year ends. Northland College is known for its unique environmental and research studies, and for students like Chloe Wiles, who studies outdoor education, she has hopes the school stays standing.
We're still trying to keep positive and really hope that there are some generous donors who really care about the college and about liberal arts and environmentalism.
Hoping for a change in the right direction. In Ashland, I'm Taryn Simmons, Northern News Now.
We reached out to the Northland administration for more details on their financial struggles. We heard back late today, and a spokesperson said they will give us an interview tomorrow. We hope to learn more about how the school ended up in these dire financial straits so quickly.